Luther King had to march today, he would be out. If this was a day that was cloudy and raining, he would never stop, but he would move out on justice and for peace.
The listening skies, let it resound loud as the
Martin Luther King came for the cause, and he died for the cause. Let us stand together on this day of Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday and love one another.
And that was the wreath-laying ceremony at Marshall Park on Friday, which was Dr. King's birthday.
One of the people taking part was Dolores Reid Smith. She leads the city's MLK committee. Now, Charlotte has been celebrating the King holiday with a parade since the 1980s. This is video from the parade back in 1995.
And now look at the video from 2018's parade. You get a sense of how much this parade has grown in size and stature over the years. Now, Dolores Reid Smith has been planning all of it for more than 3 decades.
Yes, there was no parade this year because of the pandemic, but as our Mark Becker found out, she remains as dedicated as ever to keeping Dr. King's dream alive.
I was 11 years old.
There are certain moments in our lives that become memories and then milestones. And for Dolores Reid Smith, one of those milestones was the day in 1968 when Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated.
What sticks out most for me is to hear my mother cry.
Her mother's tears were still fresh in her memory almost 20 years later as she attended her first Martin Luther King march in Charlotte.
In 1987, I didn't participate. I watched the march.
The next year, she joined that march, and that was just the beginning.
So this is some of your memorabilia.
It is.
For more than 30 years now, Dolores Reid Smith has been leading Charlotte's annual celebration of Dr. King's life and his mission.
And this, of course, is the Keeper of the Dream Lifetime Commitment Award. As long as I can participate, I want to keep Dr. King alive in the minds of young people who they know Dr. Martin Luther King, but they don't always know what he stood for, what he fought for, and inevitably what he died for.
How are we doing with Dr. King's dream?
We have progressed a lot. We have, but we haven't gone far enough, or as far as we should be here in 2021.
And you don't need to look any farther, she says, than last summer's passionate protests over police brutality, reminding us all that Black Lives Matter, a message that rings true more than 50 years after Dr. King died.
But we need to show them, those of us who've been in the fight for a long time, how to fight.
Dr. King would have been there?
Yes, he would have. Yes, he would have.
His voice is echoing still.
It is.
What's he saying?
He's saying, keep up the fight. Just don't give up the fight. I don't want the dream to die. Just do not want his dream to die.
Now, like so many of us, Dolores was disappointed that the pandemic forced the cancellation of Charlotte's annual MLK parade this year, but she hopes it'll be back next year, bigger and